So let me get organized with my... Otherwise, I'm going to have comments about how badly I hold my lunge line. Yeah, all right. I'm ready. All right, so today we are on session 4. This is our 4th day of the backing days. And I'm with Tyr. It's a 3-year-old that is owned by Melanie Vaught. And so he's done 3 days already. After our session 3, we finished yesterday by getting on him in the stall. And my goal today is to probably walk in the stall and maybe walk in the round pen if he lets me. And so right now I am checking that he remembers my lunging in the round pen. So I'm right now hooked on my halter, my rope halter above the bridle. And so just want to make sure that I have some type of control on the ground with the halter. So he is a little distracted. I have another horse lunging in my small ring outside, so he wants to look out the windows, see if he can see his friends. So I don't have 100% focus at this point. And so I'm gonna wait a little bit that he tuned in a little bit more with me. And woo. All right, so I'm checking the right side. I'm gonna do a little bit the left side. So I'm gonna hook myself here on the other side. My halter is getting a little low. A little bit lower than I need. Good boy. All right. So I need my hands free, so I put my lunge whip under my armpit to have my hands free here. All right. Let's get organized a little bit here. All right. Let's go to the left. I'm a little bit tangled up, so I'm gonna reset my lunge line. All right, so always check both sides. So we're checking the left side on the lunging. I'm gonna note that horses can be sensitive to the elbow with the stirrups. So I did raise them up a little bit. They might still be a little bit low, but he doesn't seem too sensitive, so I'm gonna leave them like that, but very careful with stirrups banging on the elbows of the horses. Usually they don't like it. Okay, so I'm happy with my lunging with the halter, so I'm gonna hook myself on the bit now. All right, bit hook, straight hook. All right, I'm very careful with how I feel his mouth here. I have the walls to help me if he pulls, so he's not gonna go very far away. Here we go. But I wanna check that I can feel his mouth a little bit because I'm about to go in the small ring with more space outside, so I wanna make sure I can bring him back to me on the bit. And woo. And woo. Oh. Here we go. Good boy. All right. Walk on. Walk on. Do it. Good boy. So reinforcing my voice commands that I feel very comfortable that he understands when I talk to him. All right, feel his mouth and bring him back slowly. And woo. Uh-huh. And move. Good boy. Here we go. All right, again, both sides. Gotta go to the right. Get reorganized here with my lunge line real quick. So here I don't pull, I don't let the lunge line sag. I need to feel the end of the lunge line. I want to feel his mouth. The same way you would feel his mouth when you ride him. It's a soft, consistent contact. You can see that he opens his mouth a little bit. So he's not super fan of this, but you want to feel that you can touch him, because if you can't touch his mouth, it's going to be very hard to stop. It's going to be very hard to turn. So I don't want him to be too upset. So I want to touch him, see what he does when I touch his mouth. All right, do it. Trot, trot, trot. And move. Here we go. And move. All right. Next step, outside. We're gonna give ourselves more space. And then I'm gonna go like I would for the round pen. I'm gonna go in the middle of that ring. Everything starts in the middle. Like right in the middle, because the small ring is nothing else than a big rectangle round pen or a massive stall. All right, so because he hasn't been here yesterday, I'm gonna hook myself on the halter first, just to make sure. Allez. Chut, chut, chut. Do it. And I just want to feel where he wants to go. If he stays with me or not. Up. They always like to go to the walls. Oh, yep. Allez. So I'm going to have to encourage him a little bit. Allez. So I always try to control and manage him, but I don't want to be pulling hard, so I just manage, Allez, and tell him to go again, huh? He likes that corner. All right, this is his first time in the ring, so he's going a little bit everywhere. That's okay. A little bit of exploration. He likes the corner. That's okay. The corner gives me a little bit more control because I have two sides. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. It's okay. At this point, all I want is to gain some type of control. Then eventually later I'll move the circle around the ring, but at least that he goes around me. Good boy. Allez. He wants to go to the door. So we're going to bring him back a little bit more here. All right, I'm back to the middle. Allez, allez. Cut. And move. Uh-huh. And move. Good boy. And tear it. So right side on the halter. A very good mover, huh? Has a little bit of suspension. Good looking horse. He hasn't finished growing. He might be a little bit bigger than you think. He might get a little bit bigger than you think. He's not small. That's good enough, huh? So he lunged. Like I said, they can be different left to right. He is better on the right. So the smart thing to do at this point is probably for me to hook myself on the right side of his mouth to start, because my left lunging on the halter was not perfect. I'm gonna start here. Allez. So consistent contact on the bit. So if you watch my right hand here, I always feel his mouth. I always have some type of a feel of the right corner of his mouth. And every time he drops the contact, I ask him to push more and go forward. Every time he pulls me, I just resist a little bit to control and manage that he doesn't go too fast or drag me to the outside of the circle. But it's always consistent. There is no tug, it's always consistent. You don't want to do some moving around with your right hand too much. There is some noise tapping in the indoor. Allez, trot. Trot, 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 trot. And move. Trot, 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 trot. And move. All right, all the process of lunging right now, it warms him up, and it is also give him a tiny little sweat, which is, you always want to get on a horse that is warmed up in these like few early days of backing, because if they're too fresh, then it creates a little bit more of a risk. So you want them a little bit tired. It doesn't always go as planned. All right, let's go in the stall with him. All right, so I'm untangling my reins. Yep. Okay, all right, let's go back to the middle. I think my bit was actually a little bit too. All right. We're gonna recheck our turn. So left side, contact, voice. Okay. Allez, walk on, walk on. Here we go. Walk on. Adi. Walk on. Good boy. Walk on. And move. Walk on. And move. Walk on. Okay, a little bit more circly. Good boy. Walk on. Walk on. A little tap on the saddle doesn't hurt him. It makes a lot of noise, but Adi. Walk on. Oh, no trotting. Walk on. Ali. Voila. Just want to make sure that that I'm not going to get stuck. Walk on. Come on. Walk on. And move. Walk on. And okay. And then right turn. Right turn. And walk on. So his head needs to stay away from me, from my head. Walk on. If he turns into me. Adi, Adi. Voila. Okay. Now we're going to recheck our getting on. I'm going to position him. This is a safe spot. We'll recheck. Alright, at this point I'm going to put my stirrups back to normal. Okay. Let's see if maybe I'll check my girth. Just that I don't. Girth is good. So good grab here. Slight flexion if needed. He's like flexing himself, so that's fine. Up, toe in the girth. Lift yourself to the side. So he moves a little bit. So just wait. And get on. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to repeat that 3 times. I didn't mention that this morning because you want to condition them. So I'm going to get back off, turn to the left, and get back on 3 times. This way, when I first do my first walk, he's going to turn to the left. So I'm going to do this. Allez. Walk on. Walk on. Voila. Allez. Walk on. Walk on. This is not the best stall. Okay. So now, second time. Grown up. Side. Good boy. Okay. One last time. Allez, walk on. Walk on. Allez. And move. Alright, so I've decided that I'm going to start to the left. So you see I'm in that corner. So I'm in a good spot because I'm going to get on. And I'm going to start going that way. So stand. Got a nice flexion. Alright, so for the first, okay, hold the neck strap. So what I'd like to do is hold the neck strap with my right hand here, because I'm going to open with my left hand. okay? And sometimes I use my whip with a little tap, okay? So, walk on. Voila, oui. Okay? First step. I don't really care where he goes. Allez, walk on. Good boy. Allez, walk on. Good boy. So you stay a little bit crunched, huh? And here, if he moves, I'm like,
Yes,
huh?
I see. Yeah.
All right, walk on. Allez. Voila, oui. Allez, walk on. Oui, voilà. Allez, walk on. Oui. Allez. Voilà, oui. Allez. Voilà. So sometimes you wonder if I'm going to get my legs stuck against the wall. The door is open. Usually the door's closed, okay? But my stirrups is wider than my leg, so technically it's not going to happen. But okay, contact. Allez. Voilà. Allez. I see he wants to. Allez. Voilà, oui. Allez, walk on. Doesn't matter where he goes. Allez. Voilà, oui. Allez. Voilà, oui. Allez. So I haven't stopped yet because he doesn't really go anywhere. Allez. Voilà, oui. Okay. I'm going to establish. So now that he responds where enough, I can go to the shoulder. Allez. Voilà. So this one is not afraid of me. So I'm going to be able to start getting a little bit taller and start telling him where to go. Allez. Because he's not scared of me. Allez. Voilà. Walk on. I just don't have much direction. You know, he hasn't comprehend where he's supposed to go. So I'm going to go back to the middle. Walk on. And move. All right. Walk on. We're going to go a little bit to the left. And then a little bit to the right. I know. Walk on. A little bit to the right. So I don't feel like he's scared of me. I just feel like he is not understanding where he's supposed to go. I know. Then we're going to try again. Walk on. I'm going to try to the right, see what happens. So open right. Sometimes you're against the wall, but they can still turn, huh? Allez, voilà. Oui. Très bien. Voilà. Allez. Voilà, oui. Voilà. You want to go this way? Allez, walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Voilà, très bien. Oui. Allez, voilà, I know. Allez. Oui. So there's no leg, no seat. It's really just voice, a little bit of rain, a little bit of tap. Walk on. Every time you slow down, walk on. Voilà. Good boy. Here we go. And now that he's walking, we're going to establish the woo. He stopped by himself. Let's try. Walk on. Good boy. And woo. Walk on. And woo. Walk on. Allez. Voilà. And move. Walk on. Walk on. Allez. Walk on. Walk on. Allez. Allez. Voilà. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Allez. So that's okay. I'm not going to insist. Huh? This is where you have to choose your battle. Oui. And move. Good boy. I know this is hard. Walk on. Oui. So you see at first, as long as he moves, at least he goes somewhere. And move. I just want him to, if he doesn't go exactly where I want him to go, it's fine. As long as he walks and then he stops. The turning is not perfect yet, but one thing at a time. Walk on. You see, he turns by himself. So I'm a very small space. And woo. So that would be actually easier in the round pen. I mean, I can still turn if I want to, but... And woo. And walk on. Voila. Oui. Voila. And woo. But I'm fairly confident that he's not scared of me. So I think he'll be good to go in the round pen. I'll show you why. And we'll double check before we go out. Walk on. Oh. Because if I... You know? So I'm fairly confident that he's not scared of me on his back, but he doesn't know where to go. So I'm fairly confident with in a little bit more space, it will probably help me, you know, because here I have a lot of walls, so I get a little bit stuck. Huh? Okay, but I'm just going to double check right turn, left turn, stop, and then we're going to be able to go. Allez, walk on. Oui. Voilà, oui. Allez. Oui. And woo. Woo. Voilà. Allez. And he's like, where do I have to go? Voilà. Allez. Walk on. Oui. Okay, a little stuck here on the right. Let's go to the right. Allez. Voilà. And so the right is fine. It's funny because you see, he turned better to the right on the lunge line. Huh? Allez. So this is allez. Allez. Voilà. So who knows, you might have a little hook on the left, you know, it can be anything. But we'll keep that in mind and we'll probably turn right first in the round pen because it's his easy side, so. All right, let's go to the. Keep working on that left turn that he's not very good at. Because I do want to be able to turn to the left at some point. Allez. All right, so you see he doesn't, allez, turn well to the left. So I'm just going to show him that it's possible. Voilà, allez. Just gotta relax into this. Huh? Voilà, oui. Just this. Usually the horses, if you listen to them, they'll tell you where something's difficult. So male, you'll have to keep that in the back of your mind, you know? Who knows what it is, but it's going to be harder to turn left than right for the time being. Yeah, so it's just keep it in the back of your mind in everything you do and see if you can find if it's just in his mind, if it's just, you know, in his body, in his mouth, whatever. I don't know, but And he can turn left, but this is very easy. Oh, he's excited now. So I want to make sure do I want him to trot? Not really. Today I just want him to walk. So I'm going to tell him just walk, because I don't really want him to trot away when I start walking. So just walk. And woo. A little bit more. So I'm spending a fair amount of time on this because this is going to be you're fine. Okay, all right. Good boy. And woo. Let's come to the middle. And woo. Oh. All right. So now get on. So he might be a little bit different. He might move, distraction, but he's not supposed to move when I get on. If he keep moving and moving and moving, I will not get on. I will go back to the stall and tell him up. So he's moving here, up. So I have to tell him no. Good boy. Some horses will move, some horses won't move. So go back to the middle. If he keeps moving, I'm going to keep a little bit of a bigger flexion here. Okay. So you see that when he stops, you just get off. This way he's going to be willing to stop more. But I'm not going to get on if he moves. And this is fairly safe because if he moves, I can jump out if it gets a little bit iffy. Now I'm going to get him. Very careful. Good boy. So here, this is where he's not going to be willing to move because now he's happy to stand, but So the risk here is that he gets scared and he goes towards the wall. So that's why you need to spiral. And he knows because we've done it in the stall. Okay? So I'm going to start on a spiral wherever he goes, But I'm definitely going to go to the right. Okay? Walk on. So I just talk to him. Up, you see? He understands. I hold myself tight. Spiral again. Good boy. Okay? So wherever he goes, I'm going to turn right up while he's aiming for the door. All right. Okay, I'm at the wall now. It wasn't a perfect spiral, but we'll take it. Okay, turn right, wherever he goes. So he goes forward when I touch the right side of his mouth. Walk on. Allez. Allez. Oui. Voila. Allez. Wants to look out the doors. Allez. Walk on. Good boy. So at this point, you just do nothing. You just hold on to the neck strap. And he needs to relax. Good boy. If something happens, you still have either the wall to stop left or a little bit of spiraling and back to the middle. Huh? You know, horses are, you see, if I go to the middle, he's happy to stop. Huh? Yeah. If I want to go forward, open right, good, and he goes. Huh? Open right. And I go back to the... Allez, walk on. Come on, buddy. Walk on. So now I have to introduce my stop. Oh. So he's not going to stop, so I'm going to... And walk on. And... Walk on. And... So I'm aiming a little bit to the wall because he doesn't really stop. Allez. Allez, walk on. He's actually looking out the windows. And move. Oh. Voilà. And walk on. Allez. You're fine. So it's going a little bit everywhere. And move. Oh. Oh. So he doesn't really stop, so I'm just gonna... Alright, turn right. Walk on. My goal here is just to walk and then maybe get a few stops. Ooh. Oh. And I know. Open right. Walk on. And oh. All right, walk on. We're gonna try to go back to the middle for our change of direction. So middle, and move. Stop. That's fine. All right, walk on. Now we're gonna try to go left. Walk on. Allez. Allez. And move. That's funny, it's harder to stop on this side. So it's definitely not perfect, huh? Alright, I'm gonna have to work on that turn thing. But at least I achieved my first goal, which is to walk. Huh? You want to stop here? I know. Oh. That's alright. Let's go that way. Allez. So I'm a little bit composing with him because I don't want to fight with him on the first day. I will be a little bit more firm with the direction of where he goes tomorrow, but at least he is walking around and he's not like, you want to stop here? That's your spot? One last time. Walk up. Allez. Let's go here. So I don't have too much say where I'm going at this point. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I have a straight bar on him. Sometimes you put a single joint, it's a little bit easier, you know. He's definitely a little bit playing with his mouse. All right, that's good for today. So what sometimes you want to do is just to get back on one last time. He was moving a lot, okay? So you just go down, and then you go back up one time. And that he stopped moving, huh?